What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome out to a brand new video, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing Companion. I just want to very quickly premise the reason why I'm doing this here and not kind of outdoors is simply because the wind absolutely scuffed my audio. But here we are. I'm just gonna make do with what I can, and unfortunately I'm just gonna have to do this here. Let's go ahead and talk about what the film is about. A weekend getaway turns bloody and violent when a subservient android that's built for human companionship goes haywire. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest. This film was definitely solid. It definitely wasn't the best, but there are definitely some things that we have to talk about in this film that I think, honestly, they did pretty well. One big thing for this film is that I want to talk about its storyline. And there are so many twists and turns in this film that it kind of gets you shocked. Now, I'm going to very quickly say this. There are going to be some spoilers, so just be prepared. You may want to skip ahead and go to the next part. So spoilers incoming. Pretty much there's this wife and also husband, and they go together to get away, and they kind of meet a couple of friends. And later on in this film, we find out that this woman slash wife is not actually human. It's an AI. It is a robot. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I didn't read the synopsis before watching this film, so I was shocked. I was genuinely surprised when it kind of came out that she's not human. I was like, what the hell? Don't get me wrong. All for the guy. Hey, if that's what you're into, fair enough. And so with that kind of comes a few more spoilers. If you want to go ahead and skip, you can. Pretty much in this film, you don't really know whether you want to root for the guy or the robot, because at first you kind of see that it's actually the robot that's going to kill the husband, but then at the same time, this kind of robot woman later on, she becomes very kind of violent and tries to pretty much kill everyone there. So there's multiple times where you're kind of switching between rooting for the guy and then rooting for the wife. Here's another thing as well. There are kind of a few clues or red flags about this guy as well. Just for me specifically, there was a sex scene in there. Nothing graphic or anything like that, but pretty much after the deed is done, this guy just goes straight to sleep. No, kind of lovey-dovey or anything like that. But then that's when it kind of, light bulb moment. This is actually like a robot. It's not at least proper love, I guess I would say. Like, at least just say, you love her or something. Anyway, kind of get into getting back to the main point. This film has so many twists and turns that honestly, it keeps you on your toes. There's so much that happens in this film that it's just kind of like, whoa. And kind of just, stemming from that, I really want to talk about the actors. None of these actors I've seen before, but all of these actors did really well. They all played the characters really well, and there were some kind of, funny moments as well. I think this film, honestly, was very, very solid. It was enjoyable, but I have to be 100% honest. The ending, I feel, just dragged a little bit too much. There was kind of a lot of fighting sequences at the end, and I think they kind of just made one too many, to the point where it just felt like it was dragging just a little bit too much. Not to say that it ruined the film, it didn't. It was still very solid, but I think they could have just maybe made it a bit shorter. But the only issue is this film is actually kind of short anyway. This running time for this film is 1 hour and 37 minutes. So in all fairness, if they made it any shorter, then it would be a very short film. Kind of similar to how Love Hurts was. I think that was 1 hour and 27 minutes. So 10 minutes shorter than this film. And even it's quite weird, because even I thought, again, the ending of that film kind of just dragged on a little bit too much. But of course, it's going to be down to everyone's opinion. If you feel like it dragged on a bit too much, then, that is your opinion, I guess. One thing that I really like about this film, though, is it kind of makes you think about, are we kind of advancing too much with robots and AI? Is it one of those things where we have to be a bit more careful? With this, at least in the film, the way that it's portrayed is that the person who owns the robot kind of controls how the robot is. So in terms of its intelligence, aggression, but this guy did go ahead and jailbreak the robot, basically, so it could exceed past its limits, which is, well, not a smart idea. However, we move forward. So he jailbroke it, and yes, pretty much he made it more aggressive. And this is what I mean. Are we letting things get a little too far? I'm sure you guys can understand where I come from when I say that, are we letting AI and robots get a little bit too much advanced? We're getting towards that point, I think. But again, this film kind of just makes you think about it, and actually it's quite interesting, so I gotta give it props to that. I'm not really going to talk about the audio, and I'm not really going to talk about the cinematography. In all fairness, it's very good. It's kind of what you would expect in a horror film. Again, yeah, it just did very solid. It's kind of just nothing really that kind of stands out. Nothing worth pointing out or anything like that. Just that it's very solid and it was good. However, if I'm going to give this a rating, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Only simply because, don't get me wrong, it's a good film, but it's very kind of simplistic, and yes, there's twists and turns, but it could have been better. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and put the post notifications on. We are posting these videos very frequently now, and I have to say that the schedule has changed. We are officially doing 2 videos a week on this channel. Reason being is because I'm no longer doing 2 videos on my gaming channel. I've actually switched my focus to this channel now because we are doing so good with this channel. Not only am I enjoying the movie reviews, but they're getting decent views, and clearly you guys are enjoying them as well. So thank you all so much for the support. I really appreciate it. And well, I'll see you all in the next movie review. Take care. Bye bye.